Hey guys, it's Kelsey. Welcome back to my channel. So a few days ago I posted on my Instagram story that I'd like for you guys to ask me some questions that I can answer. If you're not already following my Instagram, it is kelsey.ryan and it's Kelsey with 2 Y's. So please give me a follow if you'd like. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the first question is, how do you work out with your arm? So working out with my arm can be a little difficult. I actually have a video out right now on my YouTube that shows different adaptive workouts that I've come up with. I can post the link below if you'd like to check that out. Pretty much I use resistant bands. There's different ways that I use the weights that will work for my arm. It's much better explained in the video because I can actually show you how I do it. For push-ups, I just use my arm. I'll use like a little yoga block so that I can even out my back a little more so that I'm not totally like slanted over. Yeah, so pretty much if you want to know more about it, just check out that video and that'll be helpful for you. So the next question is, how were your school years? Were kids mean or bullied you because of your arm? So when I first started going to school, I went to a little Catholic school and all the kids were super nice about it. They didn't treat me any differently. They thought my arm was cool looking. And I really didn't think anything of it, didn't think I was different, just was used to how my arm was. And then so I went to that school from like preschool until 5th grade. And then I went to a new school for 6th and 7th grade. And it was at that time that kids started to stare at me and they would point and they'd make fun of me and like call me different names and stuff. And so that was the first time in my life that I actually felt like I hated my arm. And I thought I was like ugly looking and I wanted to hide it all the time, especially around boys, because at that time everyone was starting to have boyfriends and stuff, and so I was like, oh great, I'm that girl with one hand, nobody's gonna want to date me. And so I would like cover my arm with my sleeve or just try and hide it as much as possible. And like especially I was a cheerleader in middle school, and so like I'd have to go out in front of everyone and cheer, and that made me really self-conscious, and I was like, everybody's staring at my arm, and so that was a bad time. Okay. What is the biggest obstacle you've had to overcome? I would say the biggest obstacle I have overcome was probably tumbling. I was a cheerleader for 10 years, and when I first started cheerleading, it was just kind of like sideline cheer, so I didn't really do any tumbling. And then that was like in 5th grade. And then when I started on an all-star team in 8th grade, I realized, oh, I need to be able to tumble. So then I started taking tumbling lessons, and so my biggest thing to overcome was getting my back handspring. So it was kind of hard to learn in the beginning, having to do a back handspring with one hand. But I think after maybe like a year, I got it. And I also was, not only was it hard because of my hand, it was hard because I was like super scared. I was afraid I was gonna fall, and so I had a mental block about that. But I kept practicing and I kept working hard and telling myself I could do it, so I eventually got it. So I ended up getting like my round off 3 back handsprings. So that was, I think, the most back handsprings I was able to do, and so I was pretty proud of that. Next question. How do you grip with your prosthetic? Can you grip stuff really hard like a crushing can? So for the prosthetic, there are 2 like little electrodes on the inside. There's one that presses against this side of my arm and the one that presses against this side. And I'll put it up close. So when I'm wanting to close the arm, I move this muscle, so you can see that. And then when I'm wanting to open the arm, I move this muscle, and that opens it. So that's how I can open and close the arm. And I think the arm can hold up to 50 pounds. It can hold things pretty tight. I can hold on to pretty much anything. But the more weight that I have on the arm, the more it kind of like weighs down on my actual arm. So I don't like to hold things that are super heavy with that arm. Okay, so next question. Who made your bionic arm / hand, and what is the value / cost? So my prosthetic arm is a Bionic arm. That is the brand. And then it costs, before insurance, it costs about like $76,000. It costs a lot of money because of everything that goes into it. It takes a long time to build and make and everything like that. Okay, so this next question is from my dad, and he asked, if a zombie, a werewolf, a vampire, and Batman were in a battle royale, who would win? So I'm going to say a vampire because I love vampires. I've loved vampires ever since Twilight came out. I watched all those movies. I watched The Vampire Diaries, I watched True Blood, and now I'm watching V-Wars on Netflix. In all the ones I've seen, vampires are super strong, super fast. They're just like badass. I think they would win in every battle. So the next question is, since it's the season, what is your favorite Christmas tradition? I would say my favorite tradition is the Friday after Thanksgiving. My family always watches It's a Wonderful Life. We usually have some Thanksgiving leftovers, and we'll eat some pie that we have left over, and it's just really nice. It's a nice movie, it has a nice message, and it helps us all remember that we should love each other and be thankful for one another. So, next question is, what's life like as a nurse? So I'm not a nurse yet, but I'm close. I have 2 semesters left of school, and then I will be a nurse. Right now I am a nurse's aide. I really like nursing school. It is tough, but I know that this is a job that I really want. I love taking care of patients and learning about the human body and just how everything works. I think it's all really fascinating. Sorry, that was my dog if you heard him. Okay, next question. As a parent of a baby with a limb difference, what advice do you have for how to be raised? So my biggest advice for that would be to treat your child like they are totally normal. Don't treat them like they have a difference. My parents treated me like I was normal. They treated me just like my sister. I was involved in lots of different sports. They never held me back from doing anything. If I wanted to try something, they would have me try it on my own and not constantly like, oh, do you need help? Do you need help? Because like when I was little, I really didn't like when people asked me for help because I always felt like I was like, oh, they look at me as like, oh, I need help, but I really didn't. I mean, now if people ask me if I need some help, I'll accept it, but back then I didn't want help. So I would say just let them do it on their own first, let them figure out their own way to do things, and they will be perfectly fine. Okay. Next question. How do you curl your hair? So I actually have a YouTube video right now showing how I curl my hair. I can put that in the link below. Pretty much I have one of those curling irons that you just put some hair in the clip and then press a button and it will rotate up and it'll curl. I explain it in more detail in the video, so just check out that video in the link below. Okay, next question. Okay, hang on. See if Okay, next question is, who is your best friend and why? I got this from my best friend, Lillian. She has been my best friend since pre-K. When we first met, I actually like ran up to her and was like, want to try my lip gloss? So we've been best friends ever since then. We have lots of crazy memories. Yeah, so I'm really thankful for you, Lillian. Okay, next question. What was a moment you had that made you extremely grateful for being born different? So this was a hard one because like I don't think I have an exact moment where I've been extremely grateful, but I am extremely grateful. Before, when I was like in middle school time, I was like super self-conscious about my arm and I didn't like it, as I mentioned before. But as I've gotten older, I've learned to appreciate my arm and appreciate my difference. I think being different is cool. You're unique. Being just like everyone else is kind of boring. I think having a difference is cool, and I get to tell people about it. Like on YouTube, I get to make videos about my arm and teach people about it, and so yeah, and I'm grateful that God made me different. This is how He wanted me to be, and it's taught me a lot of life lessons. I've gotten a lot stronger because of my arm, and I just hope that my videos can help you guys and that I can make a difference in the world. Okay, so my final question is from my sister. And I'd like you guys to help me answer this in the comments below because I really don't know. The question is, who is cuter, Jeter or Mickey? So Jeter is our dog, he's a boxer, and Mickey is our cat, he is a ragdoll. They're both super cute, so I don't know who's cuter. Jeter, come here. Go in front of the camera. Yeah. This is Jeter, he's 6 years old, he's super cute. So if you are voting for him, write his name below. Okay, watch out. Okay. Okay, this is Mickey. His full name is Sir Mickey Blue Eyes. He's super cute and cuddly. He loves to be held like a baby. So if your vote is for Mickey, write Mickey's name down below. All right, you guys, that is all the questions I have for today. I'd love to do another video like, oh, sorry. Watch out. I'd love to do another video like this in the future. So next time I do that, be sure to get your questions in. Once again, follow my Instagram. It is Kelsey with 2Ys.Ryan. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks, bye.